TikTok friends.
We'll get this set up
How
real
you?
quick.
Wow.
Okay. You're too loud?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
I just don't like hearing myself.
All right. We finally got all this figured out. If there's any gurus of live streaming that ever come on here and see this, I'd love to know the better way to do this. My problem is I'm trying to do too much at once. I'm trying to go on horizontal and vertical YouTube and TikTok, and it always is so crazy. Every week it's like something new happens and it won't work for 10 or 20 or sometimes 45
Forever.
minutes, and I sit here and get ready to chunk this thing out the door. But anyway,
We're here.
we're here. We're going to talk about Disney shows tonight, the ones at the parks. Dawn's got a list of stuff we can talk about. I was just watching a thing, and a guy was in Disney World talking about how hot it is and that he was about to pass out and all this stuff, and I was like, great, because we're going to be there in a couple of weeks.
Friends of mine just came back and said that it was in the 90s.
Abigail, I think you're there the week before we go. When do you go?
Oh, I exited out.
But so we're going Father's Day weekend, but an extended weekend.
Extended stay.
And I can't wait to see the villain show, the new Little Mermaid show, all that stuff. We're going to talk about it. And I know it's going to be hot, so I'm trying to, in my head, plan for like a very extended middle of the day, either going back to the hotel or doing something completely inside or going to the pool or the water park or whatever. But June the 8th, yeah, I think that's the week before we go. Because we go...
Yeah, because we're...
Hang on, let me look.
we're
The 12th through the 16th, yeah. Well, you might still be there. I don't know.
Yes, you might.
If you leave the 8th
When do y'all leave?
and we get there the 12th,
But we won't get there till late,
yeah.
the 12th. So we won't be going to a park until the 13th.
But it's going to be hot, hot, hot. So I'm trying to narrow down my expectations for this trip because I don't want to have a bunch of stuff planned and we all about...
And if you know us,
Oh,
it's going to be kind of hard.
She leaves the 12th.
Oh. Gotcha.
I don't know what time we'll be there. I hadn't booked our flight yet because I'm trying to determine whether to fly out of Greenville or drive down to Atlanta.
And it depends on my work schedule.
Yeah, what time she's getting off. But more than likely, we'll be there at like 7:30, between 7:30 and 9 that night of the 12th. I think we're staying at the Contemporary. Disney shows. Let's talk about Disney shows.
Got a bunch of shows.
Let's start at Hollywood Studios because that's all the new stuff. I've watched the Villains and the Mermaid show on TV. We hadn't been there yet, and there's still a little bit of a line. It looks like, to me, it looks like the Little Mermaid show is very neat. I think the screen is cool.
Looks like they've got a lot of like puppets.
Puppets are cool, and then a lot of people's saying, because I guess she basically stands on a thing and there's an animatronic tail. Okay. That's why it looks bigger.
I was going to say, I was wondering how she...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think it's going to be fine. It looks like a neat show. The Villain show, I think, is sort of a teaser. I think they'll run it until Villain's Land gets here in several years. But it looks fun. It looks neat. There's 3 main characters, I think, basically, and then a bunch of other ones on the screen. So
I'm very excited.
I hope the newness dies down a little bit so that we don't have to wait like forever to get into it. But it looks like it's fairly simple to get into. So those are the 2 new big ones. But at Hollywood Studios, there's also some stuff.
We have, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along.
I like that one.
That one was very cute.
And the bubbles at the end all that stuff.
And it was like, I was thinking it was going to be more of like an on-screen thing, but they had they did do the on-screen stuff, but they actually had the characters that came out and kind of acted out. And it was pretty funny. Like it
was funny, yeah.
They were doing some like funny jokes, and
I like it.
Olaf was cute. It was very cute.
That's one thing we have not done at Hollywood Studios is meet Olaf.
We have not met Olaf.
We were going to do it last time because when we walked past it, there was like a 5-minute wait, but then we came back, there was like a 25-minute wait. So I was like,
should have done it.
Yeah.
Next one, and this is one that we I've done it before. This is one that we have still yet to do, and it's the Indiana Jones epic stunt spectacular thing.
I just feel like we're never there
True.
at the right time, or if we are there, there's a lot of other stuff going on, so we don't end up going
But
to
it
see
is
it.
pretty cool to see.
I mean, I've watched it on TV before, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. To me, it's a little bit of the old school
Yeah.
or MGM Studios, because it's supposed to be like a behind the scenes movie or whatever. So not a bad one. It was. I don't think it was there on opening day, but they were already practicing for it on opening day, so it was basically an opening day
Yeah.
attraction.
So it was kinda, yeah.
And then Beauty and the Beast was an opening day
Oh, yeah,
show.
the live show. So that was one of the next ones was Beauty and the Beast live show,
I liked it.
and it's still probably one of my favorites. But it's just because that's my favorite Disney movie. And then of course, the Little Mermaids, the new one, and then Villains.
Yeah.
And I
Is
think
there anything? There's well, I guess it's not really a show. The Nick Jr.
Oh, I was gonna say the Disney
not,
Jr.
Not Nick Jr. Disney Jr.
Wrong. Did you have we talked about this? Now this is way off topic, but how they were gonna have different people come to the little, what do they call that?
Are we? Have we got sound on there? I need that little box right there. Oh,
God.
Flip that around. We just had a complete camera flip.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. Oh, you just turned us off.
Put your face back in there.
07. Hang on, Dawn. Flip her. Okay, maybe we're still
I'm
on.
sorry.
I think we're still on.
Sorry, TikTok.
Okay.
Y'all went for a Disney ride.
Let's let Dawn make some racket here. Okay.
Anyways,
What was we talking about?
I
The
was
Disney
saying,
Junior dance party thing.
Oh yeah, I guess you can consider that one a show.
Okay.
But, and then I was saying how they're gonna have the new characters out front.
Yeah, that looks fun.
But anyways,
Let's go to Animal Kingdom shows.
right. Animal Kingdom. We've got the Feather Friends in Flight, and that's the one that's back there, in the back.
It's neat, and there's a lot of audience participation because like they have somebody hold up a dollar and the bird gets it, and they have somebody fly through.
It flies through their arms. It's pretty cool.
Joanna liked it. We seen it 3 or 4 visits ago.
Yeah, I think so. The Festival of the Lion King. That's still my favorite one. I think
It's probably one of the top. I don't know what my favorite show is, but it's definitely a top 3.
Definitely,
it could be that one.
Then there is Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond.
It's
that one was cute too.
It's a good one, and I feel like people don't realize it's tucked into Animal Kingdom. Like it's a big old place.
Yeah, it is a big building. But they got bubbles and stuff too. It was really cute. And a lot of these are a lot of these are pretty much going throughout the day up until the evening. The Kingdom Takes Flight, and that's the bird show at the Tree of Life that they do.
If you can catch it, it's very neat. Because all those birds fly from the back to the front, and they talk about them, and then like when the music turns on, the birds know to go.
And I don't know what it is, but it is so emotional.
Well, you're standing there not really expecting anything, and all of a sudden, I don't know if it's hundreds or it's a lot of birds come flying out of nowhere and past the big Tree of Life, and they land there. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I think that was all I had for Animal Kingdom.
Let me think.
Is there anything else that you can't?
I guess that's the main things. There's no kite show.
No kite show, unfortunately. And do Epcot. This one's new. It just started. It's the Goofy Core at the Communicore building, and it is going to be running from May 27th, which was a couple of days ago, till September 1st.
It'll be fun. We'll check it out here in a couple of weeks.
And they'll have like DJing with Goofy, and I think it said that they'll do like interactive games. Like I think one of them was like the Limbo, and I can't remember what the other thing was. But that's going to be cute. Then we've got the Celebrate Encanto.
Oh yeah, that was fun. We sat there and watched it last time, I think.
That one was really cute.
It was fun. There's one right behind it, and it's those circus girl people. I don't know what they call it, but they're in that spear. How many?
Yeah.
It was probably 6 or 8.
There was a lot of them, and they were like
thing,
swinging around.
It spins and does all kind of stuff, and we just walked up on it, and I videoed a little bit of it, but it was neat.
And then the Beauty and the Beast sing along at Epcot in the back, but they also do a rotating of
Like a
I don't know what else.
France. I think about France, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we've always caught it when it was the Beauty and the Beast. So
The Voices of Liberty, we've never
yeah.
stayed and seen. We were about to see them, but then we ended up going in to see the show back there. I don't remember the name of it, but what was it called?
I don't know. Was it about the presidents? Is that what you're talking about?
Basically, yeah. At Epcot.
Yeah.
What is it? Hang on.
It was. That's a good one too, because you're like inside for like
30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long one, but it was good. Joanna liked it.
The American Adventure.
Oh, okay. But I've heard the Voices of Liberty on.
What keeps
the internet.
texting me this stuff? I've been getting texts about that's Disney.
That's Disney.
There's a Cruella ice cream sundae for pass holders from Hollywood Scoops. Okay.
All right.
What? I don't know. I didn't even know. Okay.
I thought it was like some kind of like health thing, like you've eaten too much sugar. All right, so anyways. So what do we got? Magic Kingdom is left?
We were at Epcot.
Okay, I couldn't think of anything else. That was the only couple that I had.
I'm thinking, yeah, I guess you hit the main stuff.
I'm sure and if we're missing something, let us know. And then Magic Kingdom, I've got Bell's Tales. That one was really cute.
The Enchanted Tales.
Well, I call it Bell's Tales.
With Belle.
Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair. Is that what it is? Fair.
Yeah, but
it's the show. Like it's the stage show. The stage show.
I think right now it's not running because they're working on the stage for.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm so excited. And then also the little show that they do at the very beginning, like when they open, is the Let the Magic Begin, and then they shoot off the little fireworks.
And then the rope drop happens straight to Haunted Mansion.
That was that one's pretty cute too. And then of course the Tiki Room.
I like the Tiki Room.
I like the Tiki Room. I feel like that's kind of a little underrated. Tiki Room, I love it. I'm sure there's more shows at Magic Kingdom, but I could not think of any. Because I wasn't putting like
Dapper Dan's is sort of a show.
Well, I said Dapper Dan's, and like the band that comes out, and
oh yeah, that's more of like Main Street.
Yeah, so the
Parade.
piano.
Oh yeah,
but I wasn't putting all that in there. But those are the other ones that I had.
Do you like Grayson, Jeremy, or Neil the best?
I have only seen. Who's the skinny dude? Is that Grayson?
Young guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen Grayson and Jeremy.
I got you.
And I like Jeremy because he was there when we were there. But the other one, Grayson was really good too, but I've only seen him on YouTube. Grayson
is very musically inclined. I don't know. He's good at putting different pieces of music into different whatever. And then Neil is like good at everything. He'll play at the Grand Floridian. Well, Jeremy does too at Grand Floridian. Sometimes he sings in the UK Pavilion. Like he does all that stuff.
I feel
like Jeremy's like more of a classic Disney. Like he played Beauty and the Beast for us and Little Mermaid and all this stuff. I don't know, but they're all good. They all have their
thing.
Yeah.
All their little
quirks.
Not quirks, but
let's go to where hadn't we talked about?
I thought we did all of them.
Oh, we did them all.
We did Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Yep. Have we missed? Does anybody know if we missed any that Finding Nemo is?
I doubt they can hear you without talking into the microphone. I'm trying to think of what we missed. There's the pass holders lounge is open in Morocco. I want to check it out, and I'm trying to look into this pass holder dessert.
The pass holder what?
Dessert.
Oh. Yes. Finding Nemo.
Did you just make a face at me? Few details.
The slang that the kids use these days, it's a sleigh. Abigail said that the Finding Nemo is a huge sleigh. Hollywood Studios. Now you know good and well.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Never mind, it went back on.
I probably just wasn't speaking into the microphone.
Probably not.
Or our cord is kind of dangling on the floor. It's not like on the floor. So maybe
I don't know.
it's coming unplugged. Anyways, that's just asking for a tummy ache.
Probably. It can't be worse than a Sonic ice cream.
Well, I didn't eat it, so.
We got to get our magnet, our Maleficent magnet.
Hello.
Hello. TikTok.
We're just kind of chilling out talking tonight.
Talking about Disney World.
About some shows at Disney World.
We got to get our pass holder magnet.
Yep. The villains.
Dance with Goofy.
Dance with Goofy.
We got to.
I'm going to meet Max again at his new spot.
You got to see the 2 shows at Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go mourn the Muppets.
We're going to go mourn. We're going to go have a moment of silence.
We could take the bus or we could take the Skyliner. Mickey on the beat.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What else do we got to do? Is there anything? For the love of God, what is going on with the Astro Orbiter?
I don't know. You're watching it every day.
Let me get an update.
They have put
They were putting it back together as of 2 weeks ago. About it shouldn't take that long.
No, because it sure didn't take them that long to take it down. What is that giant hand? Nothing can stop us now. I don't know why. And then I don't know if anybody's seen Joanna's announcement about what's the light parade?
Oh yeah, Starlight.
The Starlight, whatever. Joanna says it's starting
July the 20th.
July 20th.
New Figment bag.
Oh. Those are cute. Like, I like that style. That little.
I think I want to design a bag, but you need to learn how to sew.
I got a sewing machine. I just don't know how to use it.
Nothing about the Astro Orbiter.
Thank you. Thank you for the roses.
Thank you.
I still don't know what that means.
I don't either,
I need to study. I'm going to
does-
study up on some.
It does look fancy though. As of May, reopen this summer. I know they've been testing Test Track a lot. I'm hoping
They're still just testing it?
Yeah. I mean, they're talking about it not opening until August.
No.
But it's zooming, so I'm really hoping by July they're at least doing like maybe pass holder preview things and we can go ride it.
True.
And then there's not much about the Astro Orbiter.
Not much.
It is a key prominent figure
I know it.
in Tomorrowland nobody's talking about.
And they are just dragging their feet.
Flavors of Florida event returns June 27th.
Don't know what that is.
From what I have seen, the villain show at the end can change.
I think they put a whole new track in at Test Track. Did they put a whole new track or did they just redo it?
Same track.
Oh.
They put a new track in.
Don't listen to me.
They put a new track in at Big Thunder Mountain. I mean, it's the same
Concept.
thing, but it's going to be smoother. Because there was actually, the other day, people spotted it from the Haunted Mansion queue.
As Joanna says.
They lowered the final piece of the track in, and there was a celebration, like from the cast members over there.
Gotcha.
So now, well, we're only halfway through. It's supposed to be early 2026, and maybe by the end of the year we can do a pass holder test ride.
Pass holder test ride. Oh. And what you looking at? Oh, the cozy cone.
I was just seeing if anything was being happening.
Abigail, what are you most excited about when you go to Disney?
We need a full trip breakdown. It'd be something to talk about. You're staying. We know where you're staying. We've never stayed there.
We know where you're staying. We know when you're going.
I wouldn't want to like put out too much information because I don't want what was our stalker man's name? I will mute the stream during happily ever after. Anyway,
Anyways, I don't
I'm sure
remember.
he'll be back on there when we go
I'm
live.
sure he will.
But where they changed about Test Track, they are going back from Chevrolet to GM branding, which is the same company, but whatever. They're supposedly bringing a element of Horizons, the old Horizons, right into it. I don't know what that's all about. And other than that, I don't know.
We shall see.
So I think it'll be kind of the same, but maybe just updated. I don't know. Because they even showed, I thought maybe the ride vehicles would change. No. They showed some behind the scenes stuff, and it's just it's a black car instead of a, what was it, blue car.
Yeah.
But it's the same car, so it's just wrapped.
They just rewrapped
black.
it.
But I just feel like it's a biggie at Epcot, so they need to get it open. And as far as I know, they're still doing work on the aquariums at the Seas Pavilion. So it's closing early every night because they don't want to disturb the fish. I think I've got Everybody Wants to Rule the World like 3 times on Test Track. My favorite, I've never got September, but my favorite that I've got was Conga. Because everybody, when it came on, everybody was just like,
Conga.
And we jammed out.
I can't even remember the songs that I've got. I just remember the people I was sitting with because we can't ride together because we have to do the child swap.
Yeah.
And so I literally, the last time we went, I sat with a girl who sat like this the whole time.
Mm.
And she was pouting and crying. I don't know why she was mad, but she was mad about something. But it was kind of funny.
I rode with 3 teenagers. It was pretty non-eventful last time. I think one time I rode with this Mexican lady, and she had never rode it before, and I don't think she knew what she was getting into, because when we got off of there, she was like...
Oh. I remember riding, I was about to say Test Track. I remember riding Tron with a kid that probably couldn't be a lot older than Joanna, and his dad was like his dad and his brother was in the ones in front of him, and he looked at me, he said, "Are you scared?" I was like, "No, are you scared?" He said, "Just a little bit." But it was good. He was like, "That was awesome."
It is a good one. I wish there was a better way. I videoed that thing with all kind of different cameras.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't see how elaborate it is on any video because it's so dark in there. But it's good.
That's probably one of my favorite rides. It's definitely in the top 3.
Yep.
It was. I cannot wait till Joanna gets brave enough to ride it because I think she's really going to like it.
I want to get her on, I think, Expedition Everest next, because I know it's got the downhill part. She probably don't like that, but
she rode Tiana's.
Yeah. Other than that, I think she'll be fine.
I really feel like, that girl,
Well, I guess in the scheme of things, Test Track's gonna be her next thing. But it's just fast. It's not really like whatever. She's rode Big Thunder Mountain. She's rode Seven Dwarfs. She's rode, of course, Barnstormer. What else? She's rode Tiana's, which is a pretty good drop.
I was really shocked that we actually got her on that. Because you can see the drop, so she knew that you were going to drop pretty far. But Jeremy was like, "Oh, it ain't that bad."
Yeah.
You just have to know how to talk to her.
She's rode Slinky Dog. I guess that's all of them.
I think that, yeah.
But I feel like Test Track won't be any worse than anything she's rode. And then if I could get her on Everest in the next 6 months or a year or whatever, I think after that she could almost do whatever. Well, I'll take that back. Because the thing about Tron, the thing about Guardians, and all that is you're in the dark and you're going fast and Rock and Roller Coaster like that
Rock
launch.
and Roller Coaster kind of.
The launch, yeah. I think she would be okay on Space Mountain during the Christmas time when you can see, because it's just like
I didn't ride it at Christmas
it's
time.
just like a Mad Mouse coaster. The only thing that gets you is this black. It's almost black dark.
You don't know which way you're turning.
It's going to snatch you one way or another. But
And she can't sit beside you.
that's funny. I love Everest. I did not love it at night because
I didn't like it either.
the only thing it needed. We went and rode it at night. What, in December, November, whenever it was.
Yeah, it was cold.
And the first part of the roller coaster was fine, and when the track's out, you could see. And then, of course, you go backwards in the dark cave or whatever. But then when you come out of the cave, I expected lights to be on.
Yeah, you
there
couldn't
were
see
no
anything.
lights. It was black dark. And it was like, well, I wanted to see like the mountain or something.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of, to me, it was just boring. And I ended up in the back row too, so I was getting shook all over. But I mean, I don't care about that. But I don't know. I just thought there'd be some more lights or something on it. It wouldn't.
That was kind of like when I rode it too. That guy who was sitting beside me. He was like, "Well, that was kind of uneventful."
Yeah, because
I was like, "Yeah."
Whoever I rode beside, I was just kind of like, I don't know. But during the day, I really like it. Although one time, was it? I don't know if was it when me and you went for our anniversary, but some kid behind us was like, a big bolt just hit me in the foot.
Oh yeah.
And you could hear it rolling. A bolt came out of the.
We were a little scared.
We were like, great, and it's going up the steep lift hill. You know, a bolt has come out of this thing.
That's lovely.
That would actually be a funny. Well, I don't know if it'd be funny or not.
Oh, have them in your hand and
drop them and be like, y'all.
Oh yeah, that probably wouldn't be funny.
Anyway, but I think maybe Space Mountain's what I need to aim for. Get her on test track. That won't be no big deal. Get her on Space Mountain at Christmas time.
I was gonna say, yeah, do it at Christmas time.
When you can kind of see which way you're getting slung, and I'll get her prepared for it.
And I think it's just because you have to sit back to back and not.
Yeah, I think maybe she could sit in front of me, and worst case I could
like hold on.
Yeah, put my something.
We'll put her backpack right there so she can't.
I think she'd be fine.
Yeah, but because I mean, I don't know. I think she's really gonna like when it does turn around and go backwards and sling you around, but the Guardians, I think because she always likes the pre-show because she walks through the pre-show
True.
with us and everything.
Remember, they were trying to talk her into it.
Oh yeah, I thought that guy had almost got her on it, and she was like, "Not this time, not this time." So.
Yeah, I think Space Mountain, Everest,
and then we'll work on Guardians and Tron later.
And Rock and Roller Coaster. I guess the thing about rocking is it launches quick, but as soon as you come up to the 60 mile an hour, then you immediately loop, and it's like you got to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. To me, the first just teeny little bit you loop and do all this stuff, and then it kind of slows down, and you can kind of see what's going on. But that first little bit's kind of like whoa.
Yeah, as it slingshots you out there.
And then the more I've paid attention to Guardians, it does launch, but it really don't launch. I think
it's just because you're spinning and moving at the same time. Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I love it. Love it.
But
it keeps it real.
And I mean, well, it didn't launch that quick. Even Test Track launches out that door or whatever, but it's not. But it's just like you're in a car.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna bring her in just a little bit. She wouldn't be able to sit still for the whole live.
But it's gonna be hot. I don't know if I'm ready for. I mean, it's hot here. Don't get me wrong. It's actually been.
I was gonna say it's actually not been that hot.
It's been pretty mild and weird.
It has been weird.
2 or 3 days ago, I mean, we could have technically probably turned our heat back on because one night it was like 60 or 58 one night. And I was like, dang.
I had to wear long sleeves one day. I got a hoodie on today, but I'm just always cold. It's been raining a lot too.
It has been raining. But yeah, my goals this trip's gonna be the new shows and
do more inside stuff.
And do stuff early and do stuff late.
One of our trips that we go on, we're going to focus on like characters and people, meeting all the characters and all the people.
That'd be fun.
I think I've said it one time on here, but my plan is I want to get the little golden books. I want to get the little golden books of all of the princesses and have each princess sign their own book. And then that way Joanna can have them or we can have them. And I think that'd be neat.
It was humid here today. It was drizzly rain on and off today, and it wasn't even that hot, but it was like you could walk outside and just sweat. It was so humid.
Of course, I was inside, and when I got off, it was already raining again. So, but yeah,
it'll be hot. It'll be hot. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else is new. I don't know. I just hope that Astro Orbiter opens up before we go.
I know.
And it's,
well,
I mean, it's not like
it.
it's not like something I've got to do every time I'm there, but it's been gone.
I think I'm okay. I rode it one time,
Me
and I'm
Joanna,
good.
Me and Joanna liked it.
I'm good.
I need them to. They should have did this, and I made a little short thing about it. But they had the Stitch's Great Escape that ran seasonally, basically up until about COVID. But they can't touch that building because in the back of that building is Cosmic Rays, and there's asbestos in the walls because it was built in the 70s, and that's what they use. But now it's known to cause cancer. So if they mess with Stitch, they got to completely close down that whole complex. So that don't need to happen. But what can happen is they can leave the seating, they can leave the walls alone and change, either put Stitch back in the middle of the room or just put a little stage there and have some kind of a show. Or they could put a round screen and have a projection show. I don't care. But that is a large theater sort of seating area that could be used for something.
So as long as they don't go like into the walls and stuff, that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Because when it was Alien Encounter, it was the same seats, and basically they just moved and put
When
Stitch.
did that close? Or
Which one?
the Alien Encounter?
03 or 4 or somewhere in there, I think.
Cause I don't remember. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to.
They said it was so scary that like kids were going out squalling, and so they changed it to Stitch. But there was like a giant Stitch, and he would spit on you and do all this stuff, but stuff like Stitch would do. But I guess it was still sort of scary, and they ended up backing it down. But you know, it's right across from like Laugh Floor and all that, basically.
That's where Stitch meets at?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said up until recently, they had turned it into sort of a break area for cast members, but some dumb girl pulled the safety thing down and got locked in it, and it took them like 2 hours to get her out because they couldn't figure out how to lock it. So now they've closed that. They said the entrance is still usable by some cast members, but not the actual show room because that girl locked herself in it accidentally, and they never got her out because they had restraints, but they came like straight down, and I guess she locked it, and there we go.
I don't know what to say about people.
I don't know. But it sits right in the middle of a prime
I know
area. Something should be done with it. And like I say, I wouldn't close. You don't want to close down the big restaurant. You know what I mean? But at the same time, at some point, something's got to happen.
That's true.
And I don't see why they couldn't just.
It's also like that big building that's over at Epcot. Is it Epcot?
Oh,
that's not being
the Life. What was it? The Wonders of Life Pavilion, the big gold top building. Yeah,
that's
and
not
they
being
say
used.
it basically sits like it sat 15 years ago when it was open, and the same thing above the Figment in the Imagination Pavilion. You know, ImageWorks, where all that stuff Joanna jumps around in, used to be upstairs, and most of that stuff's still just sitting up there with dust on it.
Oh.
There's a lot of spots.
A lot of space.
In the top of Test Track, there's a huge lounge for GM employees. Over in the Seas Pavilion, there's a huge lounge for, I don't remember who it was originally built for, but it's somebody that sponsored the park.
Oh.
But anyway. Yeah. Where's Buzzy? Where is Buzzy?
No more scary Buzzy talk.
I don't know. There's a lot of buildings at Epcot that they either seasonally use or don't use, and I wonder why. Yeah. And then, I don't know. It's just weird that all that stuff sits there untouched. I think we'll get in the next 2 years, a Figment ride update.
But they need to wait till they start getting.
Yeah. I just hope they don't mess it up. Tony Baxter said he'd come back in and fix it. I don't know if they'll listen to him, but that would be big. They did let Joe Rohde come back. He had left Disney after he built Animal Kingdom and all that, but he's back. He's back in. That guy's Twitter was...
Don't make him go down that rabbit hole again.
What was it? God, I can't think of it.
I couldn't even begin to think of it. TikTok is being quiet tonight. I guess we're a little boring tonight.
There's little Bazita's command post.
Oh.
Look at him.
Little
He's in Cranium Command.
Ain't he cute?
What was that guy's name? If I wasn't trying to think of it.
I don't know.
Oh, somebody dressed up as at D23 as Buzzy.
That's cute.
That is funny.
What does that say? If found?
What did it say? If found, please return to Epcot.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
I'm trying to find that guy because I follow him. Usually it pops up.
Maybe you got banned.
Patrick Spikes. Patrick
Spikes. Should I give Joanna the all clear to come in? Or wait?
In a minute.
I'll wait.
They're doing audio testing inside Hall of Presidents.
Oh.
I hope they don't, because I think that's sort of historical, and I enjoy it. Not even like to get political, just the history of it. Like,
yeah.
But I feel like people are getting so rowdy with what president's currently in.
True.
That they're going to end up doing away with Hall of Presidents, and I hate that.
Me too.
There's been rumors, but I hope it lasts a while, because I know. I can't even remember if it was Trump or if it was Biden last time, but like the first couple of days, they had to have security in there and all kinds of stuff. Which every time I've watched it, everybody's been completely fine.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the first few days, people just want to be whatever.
I just feel like, I mean, if you don't want to, you know who our president is. If you don't want to see it, don't go in there. That's just how I feel about it. But
I enjoy
I like the history of it, like all around history of it.
I like seeing the animatronics and the whole thing.
And
at Disneyland, they got whatever with Mr. Lincoln. I don't know, stories with Mr. Lincoln or whatever. But now it's going to be half that and half Walt Disney.
Oh, that's going to be neat.
That's going to be neat, even though some of the Disney families having a fit. But I mean, come on, the park's built about this guy. It's been how long since he's died? A long time, like 50-something years.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good thing. If we go there, I'll definitely
be seeing that. Yep.
I'm waiting on a big announcement about the Rivers of America, and there's also questions of like when they do away with Rivers of America, is that going to affect Big Thunder Mountain? And if it is, then why not do it while it's already down? You know what I mean? I don't know, but
in what ways are people saying that it was going to affect?
Well, because it's right there. I mean, it's basically on the
Oh,
rivers.
okay, I got it. Yeah.
And the train may be affected and everything else.
I'm telling you, just leave it alone.
Yeah, there's plenty of room.
Leave it alone.
There's plenty of room. Leave it alone. Put some sort of walkway. I guess you'd have to put it either behind or beside Tiana's or somehow around Haunted Mansion or something. I don't know, but I wish they would leave it.
Just leave it all alone. And like we said, just retheme Tom Sawyer's Island. Do something with that dang tree house. What is it? The Swiss? Is it
Swiss
Swiss
Family
Family?
Robinson, yeah.
Do something with the tree house. Retheme
I
it.
had walked past that tree house I don't know how many times, not really paying attention and not even really realizing you could go up in it.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Tom Sawyer Island. Our first several trips, I didn't even know that was a thing. And I think All Ears put out a video going on Tom Sawyer Island. And I was like, Joanna would like this. And then we went a time or two. Then they announced they closing the thing down. But we one time took like a picnic out there.
Mm-hmm. Ate
And
lunch.
went through all the caves and walked to Fort Langhorne and did all that.
I think
and
we
ate
spent a
lunch.
good almost 2 hours or something
Yeah.
out there. So
It was neat.
Joanna loves it, but just retheme it. I still think you need to turn it into a Lost Boys, like Neverland.
I think coming up in the next couple of years, they'll redo Figment, hopefully, and do it right. I think either the Speedway, Tomorrowland Speedway, will either get completely done away with because they're bringing Cars Land, or it'll go electric or something. And I hate that. And maybe it's because I'm getting old, but I love those gas.
See, I don't like that smell.
I do.
I don't like that
And
smell.
it reminds me, back in the day at the Pavilion down at Myrtle Beach, they had the old Model T cars, but on the same sort of thing. You know, I would think, oh, you could drive it to a certain degree, but
Yeah.
it was on those bumpers or whatever. And I like it, but I understand.
Gotta.
So my
Change.
question is, will they completely scrap it, put something new right there, and just call it good with Cars Land and all that stuff? Because basically the cars are on sort of a test track system, you know what I mean, the way that works. If they do it like they do in Disneyland. And then if they do away with that, then what could go there? I don't know. It'd be weird. I
Because
feel
it's
like
kind of in the middle of.
they do need, in my opinion, what if they put the Tangled boat thing right there? But it wouldn't fit in with Tomorrowland.
No.
It'd have to fit in somehow. So I don't know.
I want them to do something. I want them to. Tangled needs a ride.
And Hollywood Studios is such a mess with like Star Wars stuff over here, Star Wars stuff
Yeah.
over here, a little bit over here too.
And it's so compact
Yeah.
that I don't know. And I don't know how far out you can spread.
Animal Kingdom, Lord. I've heard they're going to have to redo the projectors on Flight of Passage, that they're like basically beyond what they were supposed to do, but that they can't close it now because there's so little. They're waiting.
Things that, yeah.
They're waiting to get something else open. But and I will say, you've on some of the past rides, I've noticed that like they're not that bright. You know what I mean? It still looks good, but it could use some work.
That's true.
So I don't know. And then where else? Epcot, Figment, and that Spaceship Earth Lounge is opening up soon, but it's adults only.
Like how soon?
What was it called? Geo 82. I think very soon. Hang on.
Like it could be something that we could check out in August.
Yep. There's a picture of it.
Okay. Just saying. I mean, not that I would. So real soon. June the 4th.
But anyway, I don't know. I guess there's always stuff being worked on and changed at Disney World, but I feel like more than normal. There's a lot more than normal going on. Abigail was talking about what should she eat. If you had never been to Space 220, you should look into that. I love Space 220.
It's probably my favorite restaurant in all of Disney World.
I want to go back soon. But snack or treat wise, I did just watch a video before we got on here that each Joffrey's has a different frozen drink right now. Like every single location, like at each, even if there's multiple Joffrey's at each park, each one's got different.
That could be scary.
One of them, the one at the entrance to Animal Kingdom, was like a maybe a, I don't remember what it was, some kind of Sprite drink or whatever, but it had the freeze dried Skittles in the top of it or whatever. It looked neat.
I might like that. So and it doesn't. It's not like a. Oh, I don't know why I'm thinking about the coffee place.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why I was. Is that a coffee place, Joffrey's?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking you were thinking it was gonna be like coffee drinks.
Well, there's some coffee drinks too.
Gotcha.
Just that one in particular, I figured stood
I
out.
think I might need to try it. Can't really do lots of coffee.
But that would be neat. I'm trying to think of. I hadn't really seen.
There's not a lot of snacks that stand out.
I get all those reels and think. I'll tell you what. What was it? The brioche thing.
Yeah, the brioche
that I got in
at
Epcot.
Epcot.
It was like the ice cream, and then they put it in the hot bread. That I will go get that again. That was really good.
It's everything I can't have.
It surprised me because I was imagining like a soggy bread situation, whatever, but it wasn't. It was like perfect. The heat from it was some hot bread. The heat from the bread being closed up, and then the ice cream in the middle. It was on point. I liked it.
It looked good. It looked good, but
And then those mochi things from Japan.
oh, we love some mochi. Joanna loves her some mochis. That's every time. As soon as we get to Epcot, that's the first thing she says. Can we go to Japan? Can we go to Japan and get some mochis? Always anything from that storybook, circus tent thingy. We always like to go get us a cookie or something from there. What else is good? Snacks. We're not big popcorn eaters, so we don't really eat popcorn.
True that. The beignets over there in Frontierland, the Golden Oak Outpost, I think it's called. They're good.
I think Joanna ate like 3 beignets herself, and they're not tiny. They're they're a good size. I think she ate 3 of them by herself.
I guess summon her in here. Maybe we can ask her about some snacks.
Okay, I'm gonna tell my mom to let her come in here.
What could she sit on?
I don't know, because we're using both the stools. I usually had let her just sit in between us, but she kicks and.
She can just sit right here. I don't know.
All right, she will be approaching soon. I'm gonna take these out for a second so I can adjust. I might stand up and let her scoot in. That way I'm not trying to.
All right.
Here she comes. Hello. Come on. I'll let you scoot in. Here, turn right here. Sit right there and scooch.
Okay, coming in.
All right, well, move this closer to Daddy. All right, you can sit down.
Where do I sit?
Right there. Just sit.
Oh.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We were talking about snacks.
We're talking about snacks at Disney. Oh, look. Queen Joanna has arrived.
Hi, Abigail.
We were just talking with Abigail about snacks because she's going to Disney World a few days before we go next time.
Tell them what are some good snacks.
Okay, so we definitely want the, like the little Mickey head that has like the chocolate and then the ice cream inside.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mickey bar.
The Mickey bars.
Oh,
The Mickey bar.
what else? The
And-
beignets.
Try not to kick
Yes,
those.
the beignets.
There you go. Because you can hear it in the microphone.
The beignets.
Yep, the beignets.
They're so good.
What else do you like to get at like what about the Storybook Circus?
Storybook Circus.
She can wear those if she wants to.
I really like the cookies.
You like the cookies, yep.
Mm-hmm. The Dumbo Delights cookies.
The Dumbo, Dumbo Delights.
I like that chocolate chip one. I don't remember what it's
She
called.
says she is writing these down.
Mm.
Give her some more advice.
Okay, so first let me tell you a story. So, one time we were going to Harbor House, and
Harbor House.
yes, Harbor House. I forgot the name. So it's near Haunted Mansion actually, and then Mom actually put like a little bit of honey in my hair. Like,
I did from the beignets.
yeah, the beignets have honey in it. Have honey.
And it got in your hair.
Yeah.
What other snacks do you like?
What are some other good? What's a good restaurant she needs to go
Ooh,
eat at?
good restaurant. Chef Mickey's.
Chef Mickey's.
I've never been to Chef Mickey's in a long time.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go this trip.
Maybe-
Yes.
yeah, I
Wait, which hotel are we gonna stay at?
The contemporary that Chef Mickey's is in.
Oh yes, I've never been in in
Contem-
contemporary. Contemporary.
About to choke me. Yeah, so we're gonna stay at the Contemporary.
Yes, the contemporary. So let me tell them what hotels I've been to and not been to.
Okay.
Okay, so the ones I've been to, I've been to All Star Music, All Star Sports, All Star Movies,
Mhm.
and All Star.
That's
what
all.
was it?
That's all of them over there.
Okay, and then Coronado Springs. What's the other ones?
Port Orleans, Riverside,
Port Orleans, Riverside,
Art of Animation.
Art of Animation,
I think that's
I
it.
think that might be all of them.
and then the ones we haven't been to, which is
All of a lot more.
the Contemporary,
Cars. is over there.
Polynesian Village,
Polynesian Village,
Grand Floridian,
the Grand Floridian,
the Boardwalk,
Boardwalk,
Yacht and Beach Club,
the Yacht and Beach Club,
Riviera, Wilderness. do what?
Wilderness Lodge,
Yeah,
the
Animal Kingdom, or
Animal Kingdom Lodge,
yeah,
the that place that I don't know the name of. It was like, wait, what was the name of it?
what kind of stuff they have?
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
I've never been there.
It's
Oh.
okay. You'll think of it in a
Caribbean
minute.
Beach, Old
Yeah,
Key
Caribbean Beach,
West, Old Key West.
Old Key West.
There's a lot of them that we ain't been to.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on it, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot when we go back.
Yep.
They got the Villain Show.
Oh,
and
the Villain
Little
Show?
Mermaid. We can go see.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen those two before. Are you excited for the Villain Show?
I'm so excited for the Villain Show.
How about the Villain Land?
I'm very excited about the Villains Land.
Are you very excited about the villain stuff they're adding?
I am. I like the villains, don't I?
Yeah, I love the villains too.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite villain or
Any character.
okay, villains. Okay, I'm gonna do villains. So that means we are going to be. It's gonna be Ursula.
Ursula.
Yes.
Who's your favorite character in general? Like, just
The nice ones and not the
Yeah.
villains. It's gotta be. It's like from any movie.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it don't even have to be from a movie. Just like a character, or
Okay,
could be one of the Fab Fives.
Pluto. Wait, look down there, cause I'm a princess
Yep,
right there.
I'm a princess. Daddy got that in all of his pin stuff that he got.
Who's your favorite of the seven dwarfs?
It's gotta be Sleepy.
Sleepy.
You like Sleepy? Who's
Actually-
Daddy's favorite?
Doc. I like Doc. I like
You
Doc.
like Doc too?
Yeah, Doc too. That's my second favorite.
I like.
Do you have a favorite Dalmatian or a favorite? Oh, tell them what was in our yard yesterday.
Oh yeah,
In our yard yesterday.
yesterday here. What was in our yard yesterday here?
A
when you were-
baby deer.
Yep, a
A
baby
fawn.
deer.
No fawn. He's so cute.
And then its mama came back and got it.
Yeah.
We were scared for a little bit, weren't we?
Well,
Yeah.
we ordered goat's milk because we researched real quick what to give it. But by the time we got the goat's milk,
The mama
an
here came
hour
and got
later
it.
or whatever, yeah,
Yeah.
the mama came and got it. So that's good
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that's good.
because that's all we need in the house is a deer walking around.
No, we do not need a deer.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Oh goodness! And she would definitely want to bring it inside.
Especially a goat.
A goat. You got to try some goat's milk. Did it taste good? She didn't like it. I thought it tasted fine.
You'll get to ride Test Track soon.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna also go into that pass holder lounge
Yeah.
We are going to go to Paso
in
Robles.
Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Fun times.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You don't know. I don't think we got any TikTokers watching.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell Abigail bye,
Bye.
and we'll get off here for this week.
Do you know
Bye
that
bye.
we'll be this close to being able to see Abigail at Disney, but she leaves the day that we get there.
Like this close.
So close. We're going to have to plan another trip and Abigail meet us
I was thinking we were like a week off. I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
the same.
the same week.
Oh, there goes that thing.
Okay.
But
Don't flip it. Nope.
this is just ridiculous.
Why do you gotta do them
Okay.
puzzles?
It just making
I don't
sure
know,
you're
just
not a
making
bot.
sure that you're still there and you hadn't walked away. But anyways,
Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
oh, Abigail said, bye, girl.
Bye, Abigail.
We'll see y'all
We'll
soon.
see y'all later.
Yeah.